interesting discussions on the last video about cities, whether you're for them or against them. Interesting. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. Let's go talk about something that's happening in the U.S. that will have worldwide climate catastrophe results. So the Orange administration here in the U.S. is definitely against science. Can't stand science of any kind, whether it be climate science or any other. So what's happening is a 40% cut at the University of Alaska in Alaska. The universe is a hub for climate research, international collaborations and research. This will all be cut so severely. The bottom line, researchers are going to leave. This will slow climate monitoring projects throughout the Arctic and Antarctic. Unfortunately, that's not all. The U.S. Forest Service and the Orange administration here in the U.S. is going to end notifying the public or allowing public comment for approval of logging roads, building pipelines, and any other construction in the U.S. Forest Service land area. That covers 193 million square acres of land that the public will have any information on what's going on. And the national forests will become lands for oil companies, logging companies, and other companies that will tear down the forest. Once the forests are all torn down and removed, then of course moves in with golf courses, high-rise buildings. So what's the consequence of all this? We can already see it. Deregulating causes troubles. Here's two examples. A Canadian oil platform spilled 3,200 plus gallons of oil and water mixture into the Atlantic Ocean. Of course, it was ExxonMobil. Said if efforts were underway to minimize the environmental impacts. Lots of corrects, all right? This area of the North Atlantic is rich in marine life, such as whales and pilot whales and other exotic species, which are now being threatened by an oil spill, where there should have never been any oil drilling to begin with. But that's not all. Over in Iceland, 60 plus pilot whales were found dead on a western Iceland beach. You see, this is why it is so dangerous to put politicians in that disregard science and regulations. You'll end up killing all the remaining animals on the planet. The whales that were found in Iceland were half buried in the sand, and a helicopter pilot happened to see them and landed. And they said the stench was unbelievable. They'd been there for a while. What a shame. What makes whales beach themselves? Well, usually it's underwater sonar or some kind of sonar device which the military is using to either find submarines or the oil companies are using to find oil down in the water. You know, that's more important than a few 60 plus dead whales. Who cares about that? It's the oil that counts, isn't it? Deregulation, bringing good things to life. Aren't you Orange supporters glad that we're deregulating? Pretty soon, the only life on planet Earth will be humans. What we're going to eat, Soylent Green. I definitely appreciate all the comments on the last videos, the discussions, the ups, the downs, and definitely the shares. We share each other's videos so that the corporate brainwashing isn't the only thing put out there. Until next time.